Good morning, everybody. What is up, everyone? I hope you are well, ready to get after it. Nice action overnight. All right. Good morning, Paul. Hey, Roberta. Hey, Jonathan. Good morning, Squid. Good morning, Neil. Let's mark out some levels here, folks. We got that new all-time high that is above us that we made yesterday right at the open. And of course, never revisited. And we are like right at yesterday's. Wait, are we at yesterday's low? No, we're not. We're above it. And this other level has come into play several times, including the overnight low. That was the overnight low today, 2 days ago, last week. It's that low right there. This level keeps coming up. Good morning, Bill. Hey, Yas. Hey, Strada. Yeah, I think those are all the nearby levels there. See if there's maybe one more thing to the downside. Yeah, there's all these downside levels. They're so close together. If we start breaking this, though, it will get crazy. All right, one more. Yeah, look at all those to the downside. Good morning, Michael. Hey, Jonathan. Other Jonathan. Yesterday was pretty interesting. We opened at an all-time high and then had a bearish trend day, a pretty decent volume. Basically an engulfing candle on the daily chart. We got less than a minute till the open. And then we will be at the mercy of the market. We do not have any scheduled economic releases, at least none that would be likely to move the market. There is some banks reporting. But again, nothing that I think is going to be that much of concern. Let's see. Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, they all reported already for the open. And then afterwards, we have a couple more banks, but not even big banks. Netflix earnings are tomorrow. That should be interesting. And then, of course, more of the Mag 7 return or earnings this coming week. All right. Market is open. We were initially pushing up. We do have an uptrend that is in play. We'll be waiting for a pullback. I'm switching over to NQ here just to mark out a couple quick levels. A little bit more of a space here on the Nasdaq. All right. This is the first break of this channel. See if the moving average can hold, and then I would consider a long. Good morning, Mike. All right, so S&P is finding a little bit of support here on the EMA. We have one bounce up. Let's see maybe if we can get one more pullback. Nice. If we get a bullish bar here, I'll be interested in buying. NQ, however, is below the moving average. It looks a little bit more like it wants to drop. Definitely seeing some volatility this morning, or not really volatility, but just activity. Like, it looks like the market is trying to do something today. Looks like participants are pretty active this morning. S&P once again trying to push up. Nasdaq trying to push down. Little battle going on early this morning. NQ so far winning that battle. Looks like it wants to drop. So for that reason, I'd be hesitant to buy on the S&P. Good morning, Ron, by the way. Good to see you. And this would be really tempting to buy that bar right there if it wasn't for NQ. And AS looks like it's on a mission. Strata asking, would I consider a second entry short on NQ? No, because the trend is played out. We have a move down, we have a break, we have a new low. So we would expect the market to bounce here. If we had a downtrend in play, I would consider it, but we don't. Excuse me for just a sec, guys. I got a little tickle in my throat. I need to go grab some water, which I did not do this morning. Not good. Got to stay hydrated out there. So I'll be back. Just one sec. All right, I'm back, guys. Did I miss anything crazy? Does not look like it. S&P in a definite range here. We get down to the low of that range again and get a failed breakout, I would certainly consider a long. Okay, let's see what happens here. We're at the bottom of the range. Yeah, it looks like it might actually break this time. Went a little bit too far down for me to consider the failed breakout. Yeah, no real way to trade that failed breakout. Even if you were willing to buy down here, we did not have a bullish signal bar. And still we have Nasdaq, which looks like it's played out to the downside. We had to move down, break new low. We would expect a bounce here. And I still don't have a new high for the... Wait, actually there is a new high for the ES uptrend. So yeah, the uptrend's not necessarily in play anymore. We could just drop here. We had a little break of this downtrend on ES. Have not gotten a new low yet. That circuit certainly could happen before we bounce. There we're starting to get a little bit of the bounce. We at least have a bullish bar. But no trends currently in play right now. That uptrend in the morning played out. This little move down has already played out. We're just waiting for the next market move. NQ also doesn't have any trends in play. We're waiting for the next market move. All right, NQ is popping. Let's see if ES follows suit. S&P with another move down. This may end up being a wider downtrend. I'm going to hold off on that for a minute, but keep that in the back of my mind. Sellers are in town, guys. Definitely going to be widening this. Getting some selling pressure. Over on NQ, this may just be like a spike and a secondary channel. Maybe a wider one. Yeah, that wider one fits pretty well. So we'll watch for a short setup. Okay, so we're going to be watching the pullback on ES on NQ. See how it sets up. See if we get rejection at the moving average. We'll be all over it. BK saying, why is this live so laggy today? Bummer. I don't know. Everything looks good on my end. The connection on my YouTube says that it has an excellent connection. I haven't noticed anything. I'm plugged directly into the internet, so that's not a problem. So I don't know. Here's our pullback. Let's see what we got. This would be a second entry short, but we are nowhere near the moving average. I'm going to wait. It's a nice trend though, guys. NQ especially looks good. And it's starting to get closer to that overnight low. Shrouded getting the lag too, bummer. Neil asking, there's a lot of previous days lows layered up below that make me more hesitant to short. Only if we were actually on those levels. So I'm not looking at any of the lows that we've already broken. Yes, there is generally a lot of lows around this area. But the only lows that I really care about are the unbroken ones. And those don't come into play until down here, starting at 62.62. So could we chop around right here and head up? Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing what I'm drawing. Could we chop around this level and end up going up? For sure. But that wouldn't like prevent me from taking a short. And yes, when I say unbroken, I mean unbroken in regular trading hours, which is more important to me than the extended hours. Possible break and new low on ES. However, Nasdaq is still in an active trend here. See what happens on this pullback. Good morning, Toad. We break yesterday's low, it could get pretty crazy. I'm gonna mark that down. I think we're pretty close to it here. Yeah, we are right on yesterday's low. If this breaks, it could get wild. NQ has already gone below yesterday's low. I do have a break in new extreme on ES. So it kind of looks like it might bounce. I think the better opportunity right now is going to come on NQ if we get a setup at the EMA for a short. We haven't quite got back to the EMA on NQ yet. And ES is making another attempt to break below previous day's low. So far, this is looking like support at yesterday's low. NQ still to have an attempt lower on this pullback. Here's NQ again, and you'll see we have not actually made an attempt lower. None of these bars have gone below the low of the previous bar. This one has the look like it might. Maybe. There we go. There's the first attempt lower. See if we can get that second entry. NQ looks like it wants to push down. And again, if we break that previous day's low on ES, it could get wacky. The market's trying for sure. Woo, there we go. Starting to break. Let's see if this break has any follow through. NQ, possible break and new low. ES, also possible break and new low. We're just going to be watching very closely this key level. Can this now hold as resistance? If we bounce back up above it, it's going to be no good for the bears. All right, ES pushing back above previous day's low. So far, it's looking like a failed breakdown. NQ also popping. ES channel already looks like it may have a little break in new high. It may just be that we chop around this level, like maybe the market's content with right here for now. All right, there's the seller stepping up a little bit, attempting to push us back down. No real setup for me here though, given that the downtrend is already played out. I'm gonna need to see kind of a new trend form. So if we break below this low and get something like this, great. You know, now I'm into shorting. But I don't like anything hanging right out around here with no trends in play. Now we'll move down, no follow through. Come on, market, let's get the heck out of here. Today was looking so good too. There's a lot of nice fluid movement this morning. We still could have it, but kind of screeching to a halt here. We haven't gone anywhere in the last 30 minutes. Yet another push up on ES. Starting to look like support here on yesterday's low. Oh man. Oh man. We're needing patience in this area, guys. I don't like it. Be one thing if like the market started out just in a crappy little range and it was like, okay, well, we kind of know what's going on today, but there's so much promise, you know, it's moving so well. Michael T asking who's my favorite price action trader. Honestly, well, I think all good traders are, well, for the most part, are price action traders, unless you're trading like some option strategies that are like just based on the Greeks. But most real trading, most successful trading is price action trading. I would say Kristen Kulimaji, I really like what he does. I respect what he does a lot. Well, I hope you guys aren't getting lured in by some of these moves here. It has now been 40 minutes where we have not gone anywhere. Gotta stay out of this stuff. We need to move out. And I don't really care what direction. These key levels can go really one way or another, but I'm going to need to see some sort of movement, either like so or like so. It doesn't really matter. We just need to get away from this area here. See the market confirm one way or another. Okay, here's another attempt. See if the sellers can actually push us through this time. Didn't get any momentum on that last attempt. Ron, I would say it's not time to call it for the day. This day still has definitely the potential to be a mover, especially with the early action this morning. So yeah, I'm not calling it just yet. I just want to see us get out of this area. Now, if we're still here in an hour, then yeah, I'm gonna probably call it, or at least be looking for some range setups. But yeah, this still could. The market's kind of coiling up, and we're right on a key level, so this could actually be explosive one way or another. Hevaz, am I in a trade? No. You would know if I was. As hopefully you've heard me say many times over the last 20 minutes, there's no reason to be in a trade here. There's no reason. This is just chop. This is how people lose accounts trying to trade this crap. Wait till we get out of here. All right, so again, guys, we'll wait till we get out of this compression. Wait till there's some expansion one way or another. Don't trade in this nonsense. Wait for the market to confirm its direction. And we'll hunt some setups. I'm looking forward to that. Discord link is above. Hey, tomorrow after close, we got Netflix earnings. Could be the jolt that we need in the market. And then next week, definitely earnings picking up. But yeah, should be able to get a setup or two today. The early action was promising, so I kind of got a feeling the market's gonna get to move in here pretty soon. Yeah, here's a little expansion above. Sweet. So let it develop. Trade smart out there, guys, and I wish you the best. See you soon. Later.